Good evening, viewers. This is Maurice. This is LTV1, your community television programme. I hope you enjoyed tonight's programme, and I now hand you over to Pat O'Connell for the news and sport.
Hello and welcome to this week's LTV News and Sports Desk. The Macroom Ambulance Service received a new emergency ambulance last week. Personnel attached to the Macroom Ambulance Service say that the delivery of this new, fully equipped, state-of-the-art emergency ambulance is a welcome boost to Macroom paramedics and is an indication from the Health Service Executive commitment to furthering the high standard of care offered by the HSE Ambulance Service to the people of Macroom and the surrounding areas of the Lee Valley. So that's good news there for the ambulance crew, and we wish them the best of luck with their new ambulance, which they received last week. Now, the Macroom Community Leisure Centre, they'll be running a 4-week summer camp, and the camp runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, and additional supervision is available from 9 to 10 and from 3 to 5. The dates are week 1 is the 16th to the 20th of July, week 2 is the 23rd to the 27th of July, week 3 is the 13th to the 17th of August, and week 4 is from the 24th to the 28th of August. So they are summer camps which are being organised by the Macroom Community Leisure Centre. The centre is also having a health and wellness weekend on the 21st and 22nd of April, and the centre will be opened to the community from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on those 2 days. Activities on the day will include racquetball, penalty shootout, basketball and badminton. Special guests will be appearing throughout today, and a soccer blitz will be held on Sunday the 22nd of April. Anybody interested in taking part, please register at the centre, and for further information you can contact the centre, which is at 026 43508. That's the Macroom Community Leisure Centre. Now, last week the Minister for Arts, Tourism and Sport, Jonathan, announced grants from the National Lottery funding, and in Macroom there were 2 successful applications. That was Macroom GAA Club, who received 70,000 from the National Lottery for development of their pitch in the Castle Grounds, and also Macroom Soccer Club received a grant of 50,000 euros for club development as well. So well done to those both clubs and the successful applications to the department. Over in Chigida, the Pioneer Total Lapse Association, they're holding a social in the hall on Friday the 27th of April, and it's starting at 9:30 p.m. and teas will also be served. Music is by Peter Lane of the Blackwater Sound, and all are welcome to come along, and you're asked to please support the Inchigida Pioneer Total Lapse Association social, which I said is being held on the 27th of April in Inchigida Hall. Dunamore news up there. They also received some funding from the National Lottery. In the Dunamore Community Council, they were delighted to receive funding in the tune of 90,000 euros, which will go towards the development of an all-weather playing surface and drainage of the existing playing field above in Stoke. Plans will be put in place during the coming weeks, and all interested clubs are asked to attend an information meeting which will be announced shortly. The monthly meeting of the Community Council will take place on Tuesday, April the 24th at 8:30 p.m. in the Community Centre Stoke, and everybody is welcome to come along. The Parasocial, Dunamore Parasocial, will be held in the Community Centre on Stoke on Tuesday, May the 1st, starting at 8 o'clock and finishing at 11 p.m. Music will be by Frank Fitzpatrick and Padjo Daly, and all adults are welcome to come along. Now, last weekend in Dunamore, there was a very lucky winner up there in the winning streak. That was Sean Barrett from Killeen. He received a very pleasant surprise on Saturday night when his ticket was drawn on the winning streak, and he will appear on the televised version of this on Saturday night, April the 21st. And everybody up in Dunamore are wishing Sean Barrett the best of luck in the winning streak series. Now, up in Clondrohid, Recently, there was a collection taken up from Macroom Hospital, and in Clonrod, the collection raised €625, and in Carriganima, it raised €336. And they held a very successful fundraiser. It was actually a monster auction in the Riverside Park Hotel Macroom in late March to raise funds for the school building fund. A sum of 30,000 was made, and a most enjoyable evening was had by all. And Kevin Moynihan acted as MC, and as you all know, Kevin from Pantomime Room, a very funny man, and he was the MC for the night, and there was comedy was non-stop. The organisers wish to pay a heartfelt tribute to the many supporters. Kennedy is a small rural area, but the generosity of the past pupils, parents, friends, and the business community and the general public is unbelievable. So they'd like to thank everybody who supported them there in that auction, which raised €30,000, a great sum of money. Kilmurray, over in Kilmurray, there was a very enjoyable evening held in Airog Hall recently for Der Hartnett, who has retired as the principal of Kilmurray National School. He was principal there for 31 years, and there began in Kilmurray National School on the retirement of Donald Ubukla. That was when it was just a boys' school, and then the boys and the girls' schools amalgamated in the early 80s, and Der Hartnett became the overall principal. And they tell us that during his time in Kilmurray, over 600 pupils benefited from his intellect, skills, and good nature. He took a keen interest in sport, promoting table tennis and basketball, and coached the kids in the school, and took part in many Skeena Skull competitions, and also had success in the Skeena Skull. So we wish there the best of luck in his retirement, as I say, retired as principal of Kilmurray National School. Now, there's an appeal here from the Cock-based Missionaries of the Sacred Heart, and they have launched an appeal for old and unused mobile phones towards funding of their work in Africa. In return for each mobile the Sacred Heart Missionaries gains for recycling, a donation will be made to their work. The scheme mirrors another MSC initiative already underway to gather and recycle printer inkjet cartridges, also which will bring in much needed funds. So anybody know that has mobile phones at home and not using them, if you would drop them in, please, to Evelyn McSweeney's shop in the Middle Square, and she will then pass them on to the Sacred Heart Missionaries and say that's a mobile phone appeal. Any used mobile phones that are hanging around the place, you might bring them along and drop them into Evelyn McSweeney's shop in the Middle Square. Now, LTV, our programmes go out next week will feature the following events. This is on Wednesday the 25th of April, and repeated again on Sunday the 29th of April. There's McEgan College Basketball Event 2007, Clonrod Community Annual Party 2007, Cruistown Guide Dog Walk 2006, the final of the quiz and putt competition coming from the tavern in Clonrod, and we also hope to have a special interview with a special guest on that night. That's all I have for you this week. Again, I'd like to thank everybody who sent me in information and notes for this week's news. And if you want anything announced, would you please contact me, Pat O'Connell, at LTV Railway View Macroom, or you can phone me on 087 266 2192. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Pat. And now for the local entertainment news from the Brary Gap, the library, and Unad Kultura. Hello again and welcome. Now, here are our listings for the coming weeks. At the cinema, Thursday at 8:30 p.m, we have Blood Diamond. And coming in on Friday the 20th, continuing Saturday the 21st, Tuesday the 24th, and Wednesday the 25th of April at 8:30 p.m, Mr. Bean's Holiday. In association with Ceylon Film Society, on Monday the 23rd of April at 8:30 p.m, Gabrielle. And at our theatre, Friday the 27th at 8 p.m, Tommy Fleming in concert. Wednesday the 2nd, Thursday the 3rd, and Friday the 4th of May at 8 p.m, Barn Dance. And I will be having a chat with some of the cast later on in the programme. Sunday the 6th of May at 8 p.m, Johnny McAvoy in concert. And Saturday the 12th of May at 8:30 p.m, Turning Worm Theatre Company present Mandragola. Now, Dublin City Theatre Company are presenting Roy, A Footballer's Tale, and we were supposed to have this on the 23rd of May, but I've been told that Champion League final is on the 23rd of May, so any Roy Keane fans would not be available that night, so we've changed the date, and it's now been transferred to Friday, the 8th of June at 8:30 p.m. Now, a few more little things. The Good Old Days. Now, we're calling all those that enjoy singing. The Good Old Days will be performed at Priory Gap on Saturday the 26th and Sunday the 27th of May. So we're looking for soloists, choral members and musicians. They're all very welcome to take part. So come along on Monday next, the 23rd of April at 7:15 and have a bit of fun with sing-along of melodies. We don't need any experience, and if you're shy, please bring a friend. We want adults from 17 upwards. Now, a theatre workshop. Blood in the Alley Theatre Company, in association with the Priory Gap, present a theatre workshop for all those interested in theatre. No previous experience necessary, and there is no charge. Limited number of places available and suitable for adults and youths from aged 15 upwards. The workshop will take place at Priory Gap on Thursday, the 26th of April, from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. So if you're interested, please hand in your name to the box office as soon as possible so that you can guarantee your place. Now, I have information here from the library, and just to remind you that children's chess classes will continue on Saturday the 20th from 3 to 4 p.m. And this is an interesting piece of information which we got from RTE, and the title here is Local Stories by Local Kids. RTE will be showing a series in which children from all over Ireland will tell tales from the folklore of their area and draw pictures which will bring the stories to life. Keg Cartoons are looking for children with a good imagination and an interest in storytelling to take part in the television series to be called Myths and Legends. The series aims to explore the children's interpretation of a myth or legend. We want children to tell their version of a story that is particular to the folklore of the part of the country that they live and illustrate their story through drawings. Now, children must be between the ages of 6 and 12 years of age. The story must be 1 to 2 handwritten pages. Each story should have 2 or 3 drawings showing the main characters and at least one key point in the story. The written story and the drawings should be on separate sheets. Now, the address you're going to send this to will be available to you at Macroom Library. So that's very interesting for all those young people that are interested in folklore. And now we have from Una Cultura. They have a concert on Friday, the 27th of April, featuring Paul Brock, Boscaciol, Enda Scahill on banjo, Ryan Molloy on piano, and Anya Equil on banatee. So that's on the 27th of April at 8:30 p.m. And you can get further information by phoning 026 457 33. And also, I'd like to remind you that Priory Gap Summer Camp, the application forms will be available shortly at the box office, and that will be held early July. Coming up also, you probably have seen by the posters, we have Dana in All Kinds of Everything tour, and that's Friday, the 18th of May. So until next week, I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye. Now, just as I promised, I said I would have a word of some of the crew with the new play that's coming up here at Priory Gap in early May. The dates again are Wednesday the 2nd, Thursday the 3rd and Friday the 4th of May at 8 p.m. And the name of the work is Barn Dance. Now, I'm not sure if this has anything to do with dancing or not, but I'm sure Pat Melia, who is here beside me and is director of the play, is going to tell me. Is it about dancing?
There's no dancing. Good crack, though.
Good crack.
Good crack. Down to earth every day in every town in Ireland. you'll see these 10 people that are on stage.
Is that right? Now, is this a sort of John B. Keane, or is it a modern John B. Keane, or would you put it in that category at all?
Yeah, it would be more or less under John B. Keane, the author, a big follower of John B's.
Yeah.
And a lot of his work would be a lot of John B. orientated as well.
So you're saying it's good crack,
Yeah, good
a
crack.
good laugh,
Good laugh, good fun.
and a few surprises.
Very few surprises, the lads will tell you.
So, and you have a full local cast, Pat?
Full local cast. When I put out notices for the auditions, the response I got absolutely fantastic. I didn't realise that there was so much talent in the locality here.
And are you happy with the talent, yeah?
Absolutely fantastic. Great.
Very professional.
They surely
We've a
are.
lot to look forward to.
Surely have.
I'm going to have a word now with Tony Buckley, because he's no stranger to Macroom, of course, and indeed no stranger to the stage, I suppose, better known for the instrumental music and harmonising and all that sort of thing. So for drama, I think it will probably be my first time seeing Tony on stage. Tony, what kind of a part have you?
I'm a poet, actually.
Oh, very, very nice. I think that might suit you very well now.
Well, I have one verse, but I'm kind of stuck for the second one, you know what I mean? So,
You're kind of a poet in mid-air somewhere.
That's right, yeah.
Trying to find yourself, maybe.
that's right.
Yeah, well, so how do you feel it's going so far? Are you enjoying it?
That's very good, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
Very
and
interesting. I was never acted on stage before,
Yeah,
so,
I thought so much, yeah.
so it is a new experience.
Yeah, and how many nights a week are you rehearsing now at the moment?
7, is it?
8, I think.
Or is that socialising?
That's the excuse to get out of the house.
So,
No, we're doing it 3 or 4 nights a week, you know.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great crack. Now, I have Stephen Collins here on my right, who is a stranger to a lot of people in Macroom, but has moved to Macroom around Christmas time. So, Stephen, what kind of role are you playing, or how did you get involved, or how did they rope you in?
Well, it was kind of something I always wanted to do, and within my first few days arriving in Macroom, I decided with my wife that we'd go for a drink and just see what the town was like.
And that was the big mistake you
That
made.
was the mistake I made. It's my downfall. So within about 5 minutes, I'd spotted a poster that Pat had put up advertising
Yes.
for jam amateur players, and I decided to take a number down. Little did I know he was sitting about 4 seats away from me at the bar. So ever since then, there's no turning back.
Yeah, so you're enjoying it.
Absolutely love it.
And I suppose this has helped an awful lot to meet other people in Macroom.
It has actually, you know, it
It
wasn't.
opens up many doors, doesn't it, really?
does, of course.
Theatre
It wasn't
and
something
music
that
and
I
all
had
the rest
planned
of it.
for, but the fact that I've met the likes of Tony and Pat and
Yeah.
all the other cast and crew, it's great, you know.
And you might be regretted for the rest of your days at
We'll
the
see
same
what
time.
happens. We'll see what happens.
Tony, the set, which is in the background here, I think you've been involved in that as well, have you?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
spent a few days there last week, putting it
Yeah,
together.
and it's very impressive indeed, great work. And of course, you being an electrician, have you a big lighting plan and all the rest of it, or is it going to be sort of, is it all based at the same time of day, or is the play varies a bit?
Well, most of it really is a kind of a kitchen scene.
Is
so
it? Yeah.
it will be, I suppose, the same lighting will be probably
Yeah,
used the whole time.
yeah, it won't be that dreadfully ambitious with regard to lighting.
I wouldn't think so, no.
Yeah, and Pat, what's the story about? You were just telling us there now that it was a sort of John B. Keane, and Tony's telling us it's based around the kitchen, and Stephen is telling us that it's great crack and it's great for socialising. What exactly is the play about?
We literally have, say, the Matador Kelly. The Matador's wife, she ran away years ago with a townie called Reardon. So Barney, as his son, Barney was too small, and Nell, who would be the Matador's sister, decided to stay back and look after him. But her boyfriend went away to America. He'd always said that he'd come back for her, but he never did come back. So then there's Jean, who was Tony, and Connie Foley. Connie plays his brother in it. Jean is a poet in the making. He's a little bit simple, I suppose, the right, Tony?
I'd
And
say so, yeah.
to keep him out of the home, the brother is selling off sites to make sure that he doesn't have to send them away. But who's coming in to buy them? Only the townies.
Oh.
So the Matador doesn't like that too much. So then myself, I played a part of Sylvie, and Tom Murphy, he plays Jock. We're working for Bill McMahon, who Stephen plays, and we're building a barn for Barney. But the Matador always believed that the old ways were best. He would have liked to go to old McMahon, but Barney gives Bill McMahon a chance. So of course the old man, he doesn't like that either. He's grumpy throughout the lot. He's played by John P. Quinlan, who everybody in town would know. Nell is played by Anne O'Callaghan. And then there's a lady comes over from America for a party, Rita, who is played by Laura Lagervist. Rita falls for Barney Kelly, who is played by Robert O'Riordan. Barney, he's the furthest thing from being positive that you ever saw in anybody. And then Bill's girlfriend in the show is Emer O'Neill, who is Helen is her name in it. They all end up at a party to decide. Barn dance comes into it because it's the first barn that Bill has ever built.
Right.
So they decide there's a party down in Mac's Bar in the hotel later on that night. So they decide they'll have a big hoolie that night. So it all gets into Barney trying to be positive. I still don't know at the end of the play, will Barney end up being positive? But without giving too much more away, it is very good. It's good crack, great cast.
I know, have we covered all the cast here now? It's just, we don't want to let anybody out.
No, I think we've
covered everyone.
We've covered everyone. We
Of
have,
course, Len O'Callaghan is Anne Buckley, as we know her,
Yeah.
on stage, but no stranger, of course.
and I was even
the
told the other
profession.
night when I'm putting down her name on the don't leave out the O'Callaghan, or my life won't be worth living. So.
Right, so do you have a backstage crew, a wardrobe crew, or are you managing everything yourselves?
No, the backstage crew is backstage manager is Colette O'Donoghue, and assistant is Keely Buckley.
Oh, very good.
And the makeup.
You won't be short of painting, so I can tell you that.
That's for
if
sure.
anything, yeah.
That's for sure. And the makeup artist then, Siobhan O'Healy. She works around town here. Then there's the usual ladies out front that will be doing the programs and the ticket selling.
Very good, and you've done a lot of work yourself. Tony, this is partly for charity, isn't that right?
That's right,
Yeah, and what's the charity you've chosen?
Macroom Hospital above and the senior citizens.
Sure, that's excellent, really.
Yeah.
That's great. So now, Stephen, how many people in Macomb do you know at this stage? Is there a big difference? Is everybody just saying, hi Stephen, one of our own?
I've had people in various different shops in the town actually ask me how I was getting on, and these are people I've never met. I don't know who
Right.
they are, but they all seem to know that I'm going to be in the play.
Yes.
So it's it's definitely worked wonders for socialising in the town. You know.
Good,
Only
yeah.
having moved here, so.
Yeah. And have you done any photo shoot or anything like that yet for the press?
We did. We had a couple of photos taken during the week, so we had a lot of headshots and that kind of thing. So hopefully
Yeah.
that might arouse a small bit of suspicion amongst the
Yeah.
would-be punters, you know.
Yeah, it would probably be nice if we got a selection of photographs for the front of the theatre here, you know, just to show the characters. So I think that's about it. I think we've got a good bit of information there now, and it sounds intriguing. Definitely, we know most of the cast, and we know that they can all perform extremely well. So I think it's something to look forward to, and I think it should, given the charities that Tony's been talking about, should be very well supported. And come along, have a bit of crack, enjoy the barn dance. And it's on Wednesday the 2nd, Thursday the 3rd, and Friday the 4th of May at 8 p.m. And we'll see you there. Good night. During the week, we visited Darren Ring's Pigeon Loft. We now bring you a film of that occasion.
Baloi ar efo locht fechana, winter vúskri, damen sa e coolelta. Dame kind le Darren Ring. I'm here in Coolelta today talking to Darren Ring. And Darren has the most bizarre, I suppose I shouldn't say bizarre, most unusual hobby. He keeps pigeons. Some people keep pigs or hens. Darren keeps pigeons. Tell me about your pigeons. They're not real pigeons.
They're not your basic pigeon, no. No, they're the fancy end of the pigeons. Far removed from the racing pigeons now or anything like that. These fellas, as you can see, just walk around the yard. That's their flying capability in and out the houses. They're not for flying purpose, they're for show, really.
But I suppose they originally came from the the Columbidae, the original pigeons.
The original, yes, all pigeons came originally from the previous to the rock dove. Racing pigeons, fancy pigeons, they've all evolved down from the original species, yes.
Now, how do you protect them from predators?
They're kept housed all the time,
Yeah.
unless I do, like now this evening when I'm at home, I leave
Yes.
them walk around the yard, leave them out for a bat. But in general, they're happier indoors in their houses, and they have aviaries also in all the houses, so
I know.
they can get their sun. They love the sun.
Now, do some of those hatch?
Oh, they do. They do. I suppose we have a system for the year for your breeding generally to a show standard.
Yeah.
And there's shows then at the end of the season. And you start off in January. You put your birds together, breed them throughout the season, separate them then, and get them ready for the shows. September, October, November. We've shows then up the country in England, Holland, Germany, all over the Europe really, you know.
And do you actually travel with them now to these shows?
Only in Ireland and England really.
You know.
That'd be it. Some of the lads know up the country, a lot of them go to Germany. They've just been over in Germany a couple of months ago there with their own breed. They're trying to promote there's only one in particular Irish breed. It's called a Limerick Tumbler. And there's a few lads in Limerick now and around the country, and they're trying to promote that breed. So they went to a very big pigeon show I think it was in Dartmouth there in December. There was about 50,000 pigeons on display there. So they took over the Limerick Tumblers to display them and to try and promote them. It's a breed. It's there. It's the Limerick Tumbler breed is in existence for about 20 years. So
How are they judged? How are they judged now as the best in the show, kind of?
well, each particular breed would have a set standard, and the standard then would be broken up into various points, into feather qualities. Like with the fantails now, they're called a structure pigeon. It's all about balance. You know, their tail would be maybe 15, 20 points. Well, it's actually 30 points. Their foot feathering, their colouring, their feather quality, their eyes. They have a crest on the back of their head, and that has to be a certain type of crest. They have to stand to a certain position, you know. And what you're trying to do is breed two birds to produce a standard.
Yeah.
And it's judged on that basis.
What do they feed on?
They feed on what we buy bags of seed. It comes mixed. There's all different varieties of seed. You'd have loads of different. There's a bucket of it there actually. Look, I can show it to you here just behind you. Just to give you an idea, it comes mixed
Oh, yes.
like that.
Oh, yes.
Now you've safflower, you've peas, beans, all different kinds.
There's some gravel or sand.
No.
No, that's what it now looks like, sand.
Yeah, there's all different kinds of peas and beans, and there's maize in there.
There's
as well.
maize, is right.
Now, at different times of the year, then depending on if you're getting ready for show, there's show qualities, and at other times of the year, then when for rearing young, you give them different percentages of different seeds.
Now, have your pigeons, have they the same method of feeding their young as the other pigeons, the wild pigeon? This crop of milk at the back of the throat.
They all use the same system. They lay their first egg. The hen lay an egg, we'll say, on the first day, starting off the system, and she'll lay another egg late in the afternoon on the third day. She'll then proceed to hatch, which will take, depending on the weather, anywhere from 18 to 21 days, depending on the temperatures. They'll share the hatching. The hen will sit from maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening until about 11 o'clock in the morning, and the cock will sit in during the daytime. Once they hatched in, they both crop feed, we say this crop milk, for about 6-7 days. And then
Tell me about that, the crop milk.
the crop milk is regurgitated by the parents into the chicks raise their heads into the parents' beaks, and they pump the milk, what they call this crop milk. You can see it in their crops actually when they're very small. You can see through them, and it's just like white. It's like yogurt really, I suppose. And they thrive on that. Every day for the first 6 or 7 days they nearly double in size, the chicks themselves, once they come out the egg. And after 7 or 8 days then they'll start introducing the seed. They'll start regurgitating seed to them. And within about 3 weeks to 4 weeks, the chicks will start coming out, picking themselves on the floors. At this stage now, the cock would be the only one feeding them. The hen would be gone back down on eggs again. And they'd very quickly they learn to pick themselves off the floor. But the cock would keep feeding them. The main reason the cock keeps feeding them is for moisture really, because they actually catch on to picking seed off the ground very quickly themselves. But finding the water is a bit of a problem for them.
I see one of them now drinking water. They
That's
don't
right.
drink water like other birds.
No, they're the only bird, as far as I know. The pigeon is the only bird that can actually drink whilst the head is down in the water, drink it straight up like, as you say, with a straw.
Let's have a look at the ones inside. We have a different colour pigeon here now on the ground.
Now this one here is a silver bear. This one here, as you can see, there's 2 bears on the wing. This is a saddleback. This white one going there, you can't see it very well now. It's not a very good colour anyway. This bird is a dun checker. As you can see, the checkering pattern. They're just all different patterns. In here you have an almond, which is a nice colour. This is a cockbird now at the moment, sitting eggs. Now so, they don't particularly like to be doing this, but he's now at the moment sitting 2 eggs, which were only laid in the last couple of days.
Oh yes.
So you have 2 eggs there.
Yes.
Also, he's an almond cockbird.
No, if he doesn't.
He's one best in shows.
Neglected.
No, he'd sit down again. They're very good to sit like that. This bird is one Cork and Limerick. He's quite a good bird. Those eggs now are only about 4 days old. As you can see, they have the last hatch of young are still in here. Any day now these will come out of the nest. Now one of the chicks has turned out the same colour as himself, which is another almond. And the other chick is what we call a kite. She's black. You can see the red trimmings coming through the black. But those birds again,
Are they just hatched now? For
they're
weeks?
about 28 days old.
Oh,
Yeah,
because they grow fast.
they grow very quickly, yeah. But they won't leave the nest until all the feathering opens under the wings. Because they couldn't actually fly out at the moment. Now I'll show you a different colour down here. Now this is two more chicks. You can hear them squeaking. That's why they call them squeakers. Young pigeons, they call young pigeons squeakers. Now this is another pigeon that has won a few Best in Show awards. He's a silver checker cock. Now they're gone back down. She's only 1 egg laid yet. Now let him out there altogether. Sometimes they only lay 1 egg, but the majority of times they lay 2 eggs. So that egg is full. As you can see, it's darkened. The shell darkens after about 4 days if the egg is full. If the eggs aren't full, they stay light coloured. You'll nearly be able to see through them. Back. here, we have a saddle back.
What did you call him?
That now is a saddle back. I don't know if he puts down his wings. You see the saddle colour on his back. If this bird was being judged now, he's 2 coloured tail feathers there, which is a fault. He should have a completely white body, white tail, but he should have 2 saddles, 2 coloured saddles here. That's a different colour again.
Will we get a marker?
Get a marker and fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
I'd say it's just pluck feathers rather than to fill in the
right?
blanks, yeah. No, this is another saddle again, but she's poorly marked. She hasn't enough colouring on her wings, whereas the other fella had too much. So you kind of have to breed to hit a balance. Just put these back into their right nest.
So you're talking about colouring, the
And
feather
patterns
colouring,
also.
the pattern of the feather.
Like you have when they're broken up to not only into colours but into patterns and colours also then. Like for instance the saddle is one pattern, then you've bars and checkers and solid colours as well. You know, and anything then that you get that doesn't fit into the brackets of the colouring goes into what they call AOC, which is any other colour. That's when it comes down to the fine detail and the judging.
Are they susceptible to disease, Darren?
Yeah.
What
No.
do they get? Flus?
They do. Surprising enough, they do get flus. Now these are eggs that are only laid since yesterday. I don't know, can you see or not? But they're you can nearly see through them. You see that?
Oh,
It's kind of,
yes,
you can
yes.
see through the egg. You see, you
Yes.
can't see now on the camera, but you can see the veins running through it. But after 3 to 4 days, the shell will start darkening in colour, and you'll know then that they're full. But
That's a beautiful
he's a nice
form,
bird, yeah.
yeah.
He's not a good one.
complete white pattern. There's another colour feather on
No,
it.
he's white. He's pure white. He's anxious now to get back in again to see get back on the eggs. It's a cockbird again now. No, that's the crest.
That's a peculiarity of pigeons, that the cock and hen do the hatching.
Yeah, well, as I say, the hen does about... The cock does a stint during the day from about 11 o'clock until about 8 or 9 in the evening. And she'll do the rest of it. That's the agreement.
That's the agreement.
That's the agreement, is right.
That's fair now.
But the downside of that is that once the chicks hatch, the cock has to do the majority of the feeding. So they don't have it all their own way at all.
How many altogether have you?
At the moment, I've about 50 altogether. I have a different breed in here next door.
What did you call these, Darren?
These are called satinets. They're a short-faced variety. They're a member of the owl family. They've a short beak. These birds cannot rear their own young. They cannot feed the chicks because their chicks would have short beaks as well, and they have short beaks themselves, so they can't get the crop milk into the chicks. What you have to do is swap the eggs. You have to get foster parents for the eggs. The fantails now are excellent feeders. So what you do is get a pair of satinets and a pair of fantails to lay the eggs at the same time and swap the eggs. The satinets will actually rear the fantail chicks no problem, because the fantail chicks have long beaks and they can get the beaks into their mouths. But it doesn't work the other way around. They can't rear their own.
Well, no, thank you very much, Darren. And we wish you every success. And the next time you go to Dortmund or Bonn or wherever, to win the Grand Prix de Europe. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And now an old-time thrashing from the Bell Inn, Clontarhead, and this is presented by Jerry McCarthy.
Will we go for a half-time report from the Musgrave College Senior.
We're here, folks, just before we get the ball rolling, as it said. We have Dennis Healy here, and we have Jury and another Dennis here as well, and they know more about thrashing than any of us, folks. And we'll just have a few quick words with the lads before we get the thrashing going. So we'll go to the youngest, one of these gentlemen, this particular man here with all the smiles. Dennis, this isn't the only place where you've done thrashings, has it been?
Oh, not at all. I would be involved in thrashing, I suppose, since 1938, 39.
Right.
I'd be originally I was a farmer's son, and there was the thrashings in our yard.
Yeah.
And where I got the love of this game was that the farm next to us, they'd start in the morning about 8:30, and they'd finish about just after dinner about 3 o'clock, and they'd move to our place then, which would be about a quarter of a mile away, and they'd do our haggard then, and that could go into about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and they'd be always finishing up with the lanterns. But the beauty of the thing for me as a youngster at the time was that the machine, the whole lot of the gear would be left in our place overnight, and if it had been a Saturday evening, I'd have Sunday as a youngster to be going through all the mechanism of the thing, and that's how I got the love for the.
Good man.
Yes.
And Dennis Healy, isn't it?
That's right.
And you're from where?
I'm from Kilmichael, Kilmichael.
So was the thrasher expensive when you bought it?
Well, I bought it off of Dennis, so this was reasonable sum of money because, first of all, my family are interested in the vintage and very interested in the thrasher. So Dennis, this was a man of money, kind of. Right. I suppose knew that I was interested in it, so he sold it to me at a kind of a right sum of money, but it cost a good bit of money to do it up.
Good man.
We spent, I suppose, in the region of about £4,000 doing it up. As Dennis said to you, it was in pretty bad shape when we bought it, so there was a lot of work to be done to. We totally ripped it out and it's completely reconditioned in the new. It is yet to be painted, but we said this time of year wouldn't be the time for painting, so we'll try to do it in the summertime. We'll hope to go around to local events to raise money for different charities for the coming season. And I suppose to this man here, Jerry Donovan, that originally bought a thrasher in Kilmichael and done a bit of charity work. So from there I grew the interest myself in it as well.
Good man, Dennis. We'll
so I'll hand you over there to Jerry.
Right, this is Jerry Donovan. We'll get him turned around this way towards the camera. Jerry, you're very interested in thrashing as well?
I am. I own my own.
You own your own as well?
I thrashed in Chirelton a year ago. I thrashed in Johnstone.
Right.
And I thrashed in Tonesbridge last year.
Good man. Yeah. And who owns the tractor here today, Jerry? Who owns the tractor that's running this machine?
John Casey.
Oh, that's the local man here, John Casey. We know John. Yeah, John is a Clandrohood man without a doubt.
Yeah.
Right, there's a kilometre man here, and he's known better for telling yarns and stories more than making shaves, but he's able to do that as well. And another good friend with him there, Connie Kaler. And Dermot, you're used to thrashings. Have you been at thrashings before?
I had been at a few, I suppose, Jerry, yeah.
Did you ever own a thrasher?
No. Never had the price of it.
I suppose, Connie, you're like myself, you can't remember the thrashings. Barely
remember thrashing at home, all right. Very young, all right, we barely remember coming home from school. So.
Twas the thing, I suppose, the only thing about today, lads, is that we had no balers that time, but somebody have to get rid of the straw, and it was the best way to do it, I suppose, there's no doubt about that. What's actually happening here is Dermot and Connie are actually making a straw hat. Now, I didn't see this done before, but we might get a small bit of information from the man of the hat here himself, Dermot Cronin. Dermot, is this something that you learned from somebody before you, from your father?
Yeah, it was being used before. Going to weddings, close weddings, people just dress up in straw hats and go there, and they put them brim round over their eyes, and they wouldn't be seen, and that do a few dances and sing a few songs and things like that, and that was kind of it like.
And is it a simple procedure to make?
Very simple.
What do we do?
You just make a small short sug on first, and you'd wind it over it like basket making, the same thing, and do a bit of tidy up in it, and make a few plats out of the top of it and make it respectable looking.
Good man, Dermot, thanks very much. A man that I know from the Bellion, from the bar, Con Casey. Con, how are you enjoying the day?
Very well, very well.
Did you ever do thrashing yourself?
Oh, I did many years ago. I went out and we'll say the late 60s, early 70s.
I thought you were too young to remember any thrashing, Con.
Well, there you are now.
We'll move up here further. I was thinking this is another man that he is better known for singing than anything else. How are you keeping?
I'm great, Jerry.
Are you enjoying it?
Very enjoyable indeed.
Good man, it's great to see you here.
It's very enjoyable indeed.
We hope you'll enjoy the evening, and we hope the weather will stay with us anyway.
It's well, just about in here.
There's another very good friend of mine here, Michael Lehan. This fellow is known for telling stories and yarns, and he's always around where the bit of crack is. Michael, how are you enjoying the day?
Mighty altogether. Mighty altogether. It is great to see you thrashing at this day of the year. It was like old stories long ago when people would tell you that they used to go out thrashing again after Christmas. That the thrashing used to go on, it was an awful long season in olden days. They used to go after Christmas and go thrashing again. Local people that were thrashing used to go up around Limerick and places, later countryside, and they'd break for Christmas and they get a couple of fine weeks and thrash away into February.
Well, I suppose it's very unusual to have a thrashing this part of the year, Michael.
Nowadays it is, yeah. But I think about 50 years ago or more, it wasn't unusual, because that time there were a small number of thrashers and we had a pile of small holders around Munster, and to take them a long season to go around, and they'd have them in big stacks inside in haggards and fields and reeks, And if they got a fine day after Christmas in January or even into February, they'd thresh away Met again. And the corn was there at hand, probably safe from the weather, well stacked and stoked and good reeks and all the rest, and you could thresh it any time you like. In fact, I know one man in North Cork that thrashes from a hay shed, because it's fine and dry inside. He thrashes from a hay shed in the middle of the winter.
My God, Michael, thanks very much, Michael. We'll start friend of ours, a Corrigan man, two Corrigan men. I'm sure this man, as far as I know, had a thrasher one time. Jerome, you had a thrasher?
Yeah, my brother had anyway, yeah. My brother Denny had, yeah.
So this is no new experience for you at all?
No, not really, no. I spent a lot of days up on that whole thing and it'll be fairly good and sick of it in the evening.
I'm very honest, man, there's no doubt about that. And this man is a man that was dancing mad in Corrigan the other night, and no better man to do that. How are you enjoying the day?
I'm enjoying it very good. I think it's marvellous. You're making you have a great show.
Well,
I didn't realise it was going to be so good.
Tis, if the weather will hold, I suppose, lads, we're in business. We're just going around just to sing a quick hello to everybody. So we'll move on from this again, Danjo. Thanks, lad. This is another lady that would always wanted to be on TV, and she's a very, very good friend of mine. Sheila, how are you enjoying the day?
Very good, Jerry. We're having a great day, and we're very thankful to everyone that has turned up here today. And this is being raised for St. Coleman's House, and we're delighted.
And St. Coleman's House is where?
It's actually below it's in Macroom.
Yes.
Down below the General Hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're nursing down there, Sheila?
I am. Well, we're 10 years now in Macroom.
Yes.
We were just part of actually Our Lady's Hospital.
Yes.
And we moved out into the community, and as you can see, we're getting great support from the community.
We're delighted, Sheila, and thank you for talking to us. Thanks very much. Right, we have a few good-looking girls here as well, and they're supporting. You're related to Connie Leary, is that right?
Yeah, I'm his daughter.
Yeah, the good-looking one, yeah. What's your name?
Marion.
Marion, are you enjoying your day?
Yeah, it's very good,
Is
yeah.
it the first time you've seen a thrashing?
It is, yeah. Never
and you're
before.
enjoying it?
Very good, yeah.
And I suppose we'll get a chance to go on the thrasher there later on.
I know it's might divide that one.
Good girl, enjoy the day.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we might. Taigi, are you enjoying the day?
I am.
Is it your first time seeing a thrashing, or have you seen a thrashing before?
It isn't. I have seen a thrashing. I was at a thrashing, the last thrashing in Clonrohid. I think, I might be wrong, but I was at a thrashing in 1971. And it was a neighbour of ours, a John Keller, across the way in Clashmaguire.
Clashmaguire, John Kelleher.
Yes.
Would that be the John Keller insurance? Would that be his father?
His father.
Yeah,
That's
we know
right.
them people.
That's
yeah.
right. And we had arranged about a week beforehand. He had told me the thrashing was on, and it was, of course, before mobile phones and all that. And tis how I was told that the thrashing would be on was there was an old binder thrown below in the field below his house, and he put a white sheet up in the binder when the thrasher came into the yard, so that I'd be signalled to go over. So different times.
Different times, Taigi. Thanks very much, Taigi. Taigi Creedon there, folks. Right, we're here at the front of the Bellion, and we have a fantastic band here as well. I think they're called Connie's Men. We have a nice young fella doing a bit of dancing there as well. Following Michael Flatley. Might get the results. Are you enjoying the day, Johnny?
I am. It's a wonderful day. It's mighty. I think it's a very kind of unusual kind of a setup, like, you know, and I think it's great to see it around here because, you know, we don't get to start thing around here too often, you know, and this kind of a thing now is unique, like, you know. Great.
It is great to see it in I suppose in the end of February. I suppose, can you remember thrashings in your own area years ago?
I do.
And had you ever been involved in working in thrashing?
A bit, yeah, a bit.
You're still playing a few tunes and old drums there all the time, I suppose?
Not so much, Johnny.
That's what it's all about. Thanks, lads. We'll talk to you later there. There, now you get them going then. Right, we're here with three gentlemen here. They're having a bit of fun and talking about dogs and cats and things like that. Dennis Lucy, is it your first time seeing a thrashing?
No, it's not. I suppose the last thrashing I was at in Clonrohid was in the early 70s at Kelleher's thrashing, where John Kelleher's. And
that was John Keller, Clashmaguire. Yeah. Somebody else told us that earlier on.
Yeah, Pat Kelleher, Tone Land thrashed there, and Mikey Sean and Danjo Kelleher, and the sister was trying out the straw as well. Hugh Kelleher's got below the palace now. They had a thrash in the late 60s where the Healy's, Mr. Jerome Healy, and the father and the brothers. So it was hard work to him because the help was scarce. The threshers were dying out, so there wouldn't be many there.
So you're enjoying your day, Dennis? That's what it's all about. We'll just find out, say, who this young lady is here. What's your name?
Vera.
Vera what?
O'Callaghan.
Vera O'Callaghan. And what's the doggy's name?
Buster.
Oh, great name. Are you enjoying your day?
Yeah.
Good girl. Right, we're here with Tim Callahan. And Tim Callahan's father actually thrashed. And Tim, tis no stranger, a thrasher to your eyes, I suppose.
I remember a few of them, all right, yeah. I remember a good few of them on the way to the last one was in 1970, I think. And the first thrashing I remember is at St. Murphy's in Gortalick in 1964. We actually have a photograph of it. There's about 12 or 14 men in the photograph.
Would they be related to those Murphys?
My mother's home place.
Oh, your mother's old place, yeah. That was 1964.
64, yeah. And
the business, Angela McCarthy will just... Are you enjoying the day, Angela?
I'm enjoying it. I'm pulling pints by the new time. It's brilliant crack.
And it's for a good cause. It's for...
St. Corman's Hospital in Macroom. And I hope we make enough money to buy an old bus or something like that for them.
Good girl. Thanks very much, Angela. Fair play to her.
Thanks a minute.
You?
I'm very well, thank you.
And you're looking very well today as well. Who's this handsome-looking man here? He's Connie, I suppose, without a doubt. How are you enjoying it, Con?
Not too bad at all, indeed.
Didn't your first day sing at thrashing?
Not really. Not really. I often had to lose a bit of sweat at thrashings.
Good man, you're one of our own. So you're enjoying the day and you came to support it. Lovely stuff. We have another lady in the background here. I know her. How are you keeping?
Yeah, I'm great altogether, Johnny. How are you?
A bit of a cock twang there. And where are you from?
I was in America, you see, before Christmas, and I picked that up over there.
My God, and
there's
you...
more Cork people there than Americans.
And you came to support it anyway.
And I came to support it anyway.
100% cool.
So I always had an old bit of a crush on you, Johnny.
Sure, I love you too.
I know, you're around.
Just see Paddy Joe Murphy drawing a few bales, and he's working very hard here on the outside. It's getting kind of dampish, but everything is going pretty well. And we'll just have a quick word with Paddy. Paddy, good day all in all.
We're very lucky with the weather and a nice crowd, and everyone is happy. Con and Sheila Casey all over.
It was good. We interviewed Sheila earlier on, and we had a few words with Con. A nice few bob made, I'd say, and very well supported.
Hopefully, no to be country and later tonight, and everyone's happy now. That's the main thing.
Well, that's the top priority, and everyone helped out a lot today, Paddy. And I'd say, all in all, a good day through and through.
A lovely bunch of lads around, people. Everyone helped out very well, and everyone's happy. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you all.
Thank you, Paddy. Thanks a lot. We don't know this line out here is anyway, but right, lads, we have the belly in here in Clonroad with the big Frank Reedon there in the middle. A few hardy boys there in the front and the back. I see Dan Desmond there from Ballyvourney, and by God, your man in the back there is holding well. Over here on the other side, my God, you've Chris Lord Desmond, our two brothers drawing against each other. It's like the wind that shakes the barley. And a few hardy boys there, but it's going well. We have music in the background there, folks, with Connie's men, and they're holding there. Going very well here. Very well balanced. The belly in her head, that small little bit, because it's that black mark there on the rope in the middle. Fierce tension. There's good atmosphere here, folks. The belly in are holding. It is going a wee bit from him. It is just about halfway now at the moment, folks. Just about halfway. There's fierce tension. Great excitement here. Oh, the boys are in trouble. The belly are gone. And the boys from the other side are after take you there without a doubt in the world.
And now I'll get Angela to present the cheque to Sheila. That's the next step.
Thank you, Angela.
As I lie in my bed in the morning, oh, without you, every song in my heart keeps on burning, oh, without you. How you going away with no word of farewell? Let there be not a trace left behind. For I should have loved you better, I should leave me unkind. For you know that was the last thing on my mind. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Let there be not a trace left behind. For I should have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. For you know that was the last thing on my mind.
You may travel far, far from your own native home. Far away o'er the mountains, far away o'er the foam. But in all the fine places I've ever been, there'll be none to compare with the cliffs of Dooneen. Take a view o'er the mountains, fine sight you see there. You'll see the high rocky mountains round the west coast of Clare, and the town of Kilkee and Kilrush can be seen from those high rocky slopes round the cliffs of Dooneen. Oh, it's a fine place to be on a fine summer's day, watching all the white flowers that ne'er knew decay, and the hare and lofty pheasant are plain to be seen, building homes for their young round the cliffs of Dooneen. So fairly well to Dooneen, fairly well for a while, and to all those fine people I'm leaving behind, to the streams and the meadows where late I have been, and to those high rocky slopes round the cliffs of Dooneen. That's it.
Oh, listen a while, my countrymen, and hear my latest news. Although my song be sorrowful, I hope you'll me excuse. I left my peaceful residence a foreign land to see, and I bid farewell to Donegal, likewise to Glenstrae. Great stalwart men around me stood, each comrade brave and true, and as I clasped each well-known hand to bid my last adieu, I said to my fellow countrymen, I hope you'll soon be free, and we'll wave the green flag proudly over the hills of Linswilly. No more among the sycamore I'll hear the blackbird sing. No more to me the bright cuckoo is welcome back to spring. No more I'll tell your fertile fields a crystal a galmacree. In a foreign soil I mean to toil, far, far from Glenswilly. God bless you, dark golden eagle, my own dear native isle. In dreams I see your valleys green, your mountains rude and wide. And may the time soon come around when I'll return to thee, and live as our forefathers lived, and die in Glenswilly. Shinwell.
Come the day and come the hour, come the power and the glory. We have come to answer our country's call on the 4 brave provinces of Ireland. Ireland, Ireland, together standing tall, shoulder to shoulder, we'll answer Ireland's call. From the mighty glens of Antrim to the rugged hills of Galway, from the walls of Limerick and Dublin Bay, and the 4 brave provinces of Ireland. Ireland, Ireland, together standing tall, shoulder to shoulder, we'll answer Ireland's call. That's it.
And now I hand you over to James Callagher for the second semi-final of the Quiz and Putt at the Tavern, Clondalkin.
Good evening and welcome once again to the Tavern in Clondalkin to another game of Quiz and Putt. I want to introduce you. This week our scorekeeper on my right here is Padraig Deneen. And our 2 teams, starting on my right, I have a team called the Empty Heads. And you have Peter Toomey, Michael Lynch, Michael O'Connell, their captain, and Ted O'Keefe. And on my left, a team from Macroom Post Office. You have Noel O'Riordan, Dan O'Herlihy, Michael Murphy, their captain, and Jerry Murphy. The rules once again are 2 marks per question and 1 mark if it's passed to the other side, and the putting once again I'll explain when we come to it. Prior to coming on air, 2 captains tossed a coin and the post office won the toss and they've chosen to go first. And the very first question of this game goes to the post office, and it is: in which nursery rhyme do the king's men fail to revive the victim of a fall?
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty is quite right. And to empty heads. First question to empty heads: in which nursery rhyme is a small girl terrorised by a spider?
Miss Muffet.
Alright, Miss Muffet will fine you. Number 2 to the post office. And blue, sperm and killer are all types of what creature?
Whales.
Whales. Quite right. Empty heads. Clouded yellows, large whites and painted ladies are all types of which creature?
Butterflies.
Butterflies. Again for the post office, which soccer question, which Premiership club plays its home games at the JJB Stadium?
Wigan.
Wigan Athletic. And a similar question, which Premiership club plays its home games at Fratton Park? Portsmouth. Number 4 for the post office. From which country does the drink sake come?
Japan.
Quite right. And from which country does the wine Chianti come from? Chianti. Italy. Number 5 to the post office. What was the name of the parish priest played by Donald Farmer in Glenroe?
Father Devereux.
Father Devereux is right. And in the same series, what actor played the character Dick Moran?
Emmett Bergen.
Emmett Bergen did indeed. First person from the post office for putting. We have Jerry Murphy going for 2 marks. And first person from the empty heads.
Don't pick up so bad.
Waterway stage, no, the post office are 8 and the empty heads are 10. Second round and first question, which is question number 6, and it's a triple option on sport for the post office. Are the Tipperary hurlers Paul and Owen Kelly, are they brothers, cousins or no relation?
We'll try cousins.
No, I'll have to offer it to the empty heads.
Not related.
No, they're brothers.
Well, we do different sisters.
Right, empty head. Are the Tipperary hurlers Tommy and Benny Dunn? Are they brothers, cousins, or no relation?
Brothers.
You sure?
What is it? Brothers.
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 Right, sure. Question number 7.
I agree with you.
Question number 7. In Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Book, what kind of a creature is Baloo?
A bear.
He's a bear. In A.A. Milne's book, Winnie the Pooh, what kind of an animal is Eeyore? Eeyore. E-E-Y-O-R-E. Eeyore. What kind of an animal is Eeyore?
A bear.
No, I can offer that.
Managing, to understand.
Is it a dog?
No, it isn't. It's a donkey.
We made the right answer for
Next question to the post office. Question to the post office. Who is the Fine Gael spokesman on finance?
Richard Broughton.
Richard Broughton. And empty heads. Who is the Labour Party spokesperson on finance?
I believe Ted.
John Burton.
John Burton. Question number 9. Post office. The hit song On the Street Where You Live comes from which musical show?
Some Enchanted Evening?
No, no. I can offer that. Musical show.
My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady. Your one, empty heads. Hit song Matchmaker, Matchmaker comes from which musical show?
Where'd you find that one? Try it.
We'll try My Fair Lady again.
No, I can offer that to the other side now. Matchmaker, Matchmaker.
Fiddler on the Roof?
Fiddler on the Roof.
What are you doing on the ground?
Post office now again. Which country does a car come from if it carries the international registration letters CD in?
We'll try Canada.
Canada. That's quite right. And Similar one for empty heads. Which country does a car come from if it has the international registration letters CH?
No, no.
Try it.
Try it. Czech Republic.
No. I can offer it.
Switzerland.
Switzerland is right. Next person for putting from the post office.
There you go.
Chance to get your forward away.
Murphy is going for 2.
Oh, lucky boy. Lift out.
That's tough. Well, all right. We have Peter told me now he's going for 2 marks.
With the devil with bath and
Now the halfway score, things have closed up slightly. POR 16 points and the empty heads are 17.
Oh, that's not bad. The right
No.
still ahead.
We have the picture round now. Picture. No. Can you tell me who the politician is?
Jacques Chirac. Jacques Chirac.
Jacques Chirac is quite right. Politician again for empty heads.
Is it shorter?
Gerhard Schroeder.
Shorter.
That's right, yeah. No. What is that? A flag.
Denmark.
Denmark. All right. And another for empty heads.
Well, chance Italy.
No, it isn't. Can offer it.
Back up there quick.
Hungary.
Hungary is right.
Is am starten nach.
We should have a make of car, just a make of car, I'd say. Frightening.
Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce. And one.
Jaguar.
Jaguar is right. Now for the post office you have a type of flower. What flowers look like that?
Colourful.
Sweet pea.
Sweet pea is right.
I can't take
No. And another one.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
In future, don't make them that hard.
Alright. Now, soccer player seen in his national colours.
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry. And another one playing for his country.
Van Nistelrooy.
Van Nistelrooy. That's right. Next person for putting from the post office. Noel Reardon. Going for 2 marks.
And no.
Michael O'Connell going for 2.
This way, Maya.
Things that happen. Pressure foot.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Well, you were both sides of it, if I do it.
Three quarters way through now, there's a bit of a turnaround in the score.
That is that.
Empty heads are 25 and the post office are 29. Round number 4 and question 16, and it's a triple option and it's on pop music, shall we say. So for the post office, who sang the song Mambo number 5? Was it Lou Bega, Lou Reed or Louis Armstrong?
Lou Bega.
Lou Bega.
I like the pockets.
Now, another one here now for empty heads. Pop quiz, pop one again. Which of these is an Oasis song title? A. Wonder Bra, B. Wonderwall, or C. Wonder Boy?
But it's definitely not Wonder Bra.
I thought it was. That would be the right move if we got that right.
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall, alright. Fair enough. Right, post office. In the Bible, to which city was the traveller journeying in the parable of the Good Samaritan? To which city was the traveller journeying in the parable of the Good Samaritan?
Hold on a second. Yeah.
We try Damascus.
No.
Jericho.
Jericho. In the Bible, to which city was Paul travelling when he was converted?
Damascus.
Quite a while.
Michael, don't worry about you, still ahead.
Question 18. Which planet in our solar system has two moons called Phobos and Deimos?
I think it's Saturn.
No, I can offer that.
Jupiter.
No. It's Mars.
We'll cut that out.
Cut out.
Cutting room floor again.
We let it that out.
Sorry. Here we go. 18. And which planet has 20 moons, the biggest of which is called Titan?
Repeat the question, James.
Which planet in our solar system has 20 moons, the biggest of which is called Titan?
Can you say it? What? You have a chance up. What no chance, man? Whatever you like to say. Saturn.
Yeah.
That's what I want to check.
19 out of the post office. Who wrote the book A House of Memories?
House of Memories, lads.
Doesn't know.
You try Mel Benchy?
No. I can offer it.
Good chance. Yeah, try. Right. We can only go wrong. Alice Taylor.
Alice Taylor. Who wrote the book Tell Me Your Secret?
Now's your time, Peter. Idea? Tried it. Yeah, tried it. Ed O'Brien?
No.
I'll tell you what it was.
I can offer it.
Dad knows it.
Patricia Scanlon?
No. Deirdre Purcell.
Oh, we were on the right track. We're in the right vicinity.
Post office. Who played the male lead in the film On Golden Pond? Yeah, the name of the actor that played the male lead in On Golden Pond.
Henry Fonda.
Henry Fonda. In the same film, who played the female lead?
What's it? Catherine Hepburn, you say. What do you think? Catherine Hepburn.
Catherine Hepburn is right.
That was dodgy, you see, there was a couple of Hepburns there, like, we didn't get the lessons, but...
Last person for putting from the post office.
It's up to you now, Mick.
Then I heard leave for 2 marks.
Down the hill.
Down the hill.
Down the hill. Down the hill.
Down the hill.
Next person.
Just too wide, isn't it? I think I'll from his and I get it off then.
Huh?
Macroom Post Office are 33 and the empty heads are victorious on a score of 37. It's the end of that contest, folks, and we are back next week at the same time on this channel with the final. And I want to thank both teams for taking part tonight and thank our timekeeper here, Padraig Deneen, on my right. So next week, do join us if you can. Until then, goodbye.
And that's our programme for tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night and good luck. Ihawa Eve Golair.